KA100 senior, Pauly Massimino, Alex Stanfield have the field collected. This is why we set our first 8 drivers that are going to auto-transfer into the CNC Performance Engineering KA Shootout for $2,000. And we're going to start to get a glimpse of our racing here in the main event Sunday, Heat 1. We're underway to turn 1.
Down into turn 1, looks like they're going to span out, maybe even 3 wide on the exit 2. We got 3 carts turned around towards the mid-pack. 1 already out of the cart, definitely not happy. They're going to try to get that track cleared off as quickly as they can. Meanwhile, I believe that is Massimino and Stanfield going 1 and 2 coming out of the bull. The packs are already starting to break up. We got 2 front packs out in the lead, and it looks like it is Zilisch now out in front. Sorry, Massimino is falling back behind Zilisch as we're going to switch things back over to Xander.
Pauly Massimino leads the way. Connor Zilisch was the driver who jumped up to second, just ahead of Alex Stanfield. Trying to help point that out there. It's tough to see. The sun is just getting to that blinding point on the racetrack here before we get to nightfall for the heat racing action. And the KA senior driver is getting ready to put on a show. Big train of go-karts up the hill. Zilisch happy to push Massimino for now, but it is going all the way back to Nolan Allison here at the end of the train. What a good start for this KA senior class. And they're going to battle down to 1. Oh my goodness. Emery Lida throwing haymakers at Cole Morgan. You saw him. That was for 5th. Side-by-side locked the brakes up. Morgan drove him down the racetrack, and the local driver, Emery Lida, did not give way. Back to the front of the field. Massimino leads through turn number 4, over through 5 and 6, and it is Massimino, Zilisch, followed by Alex Stanfield, followed by Tyler Wettengel, representing as well along with Massimino from the drivers who call GoPro Motorplex home. And Wettengel into 3rd. He's ahead of Stanfield, Thomas Annunziata, the 5th driver in line.
He was going to be staying with the top 2, trying to make sure he can keep the 2 in front of him away from the pack behind. So I come towards the end of this race, they'll be able to go back and forth. I say that too soon because down the inside goes Connor Zilisch for the lead. Zilisch now is about to be under attack from Pauly Massimino. Might see that plan go to waste.
It is all North Carolina drivers up front. Now they're going to battle. Massimino's through to the lead. Wettengel second, went with him. Here comes Annunziata. Thomas Annunziata closing in. It'll make it a 4-driver party once again up front. All single file to the bowl. They're double file. Massimino is through, and there we go. Zilisch all the way back down to 4th with Annunziata getting by for 3rd. So Massimino, Wettengel, Annunziata, Zilisch, the top 4. They've battled behind them as well. Nolan Allison has gone by Alex Stanfield, and now they go for 3rd. Zilisch does not want to wait. He saw that quickly, the blood and the water forming, and everyone trying to eat at him. He wanted to go right back at least 1 spot. Went on Annunziata for P3. Keeps the leaders in sight. It's Massimino and Tyler Wettengel, 1 and 2, out of the final corner. Another lap complete. This time by, we're halfway. 7 in, 7 to go. Massimino, Wettengel, Zilisch, all clocked in at 50.7. Nolan Allison, I believe he might have gone a little bit quicker. He went at a 50.75, so half a tenth quicker, and they just battled and passed for the lead. Tyler Wettengel, your new leader here in turn 4. And through 5, Wettengel, Zilisch, Massimino now the adjusted top 3, headed to the hairpin this time. 6 laps to go here at GoPro Motorplex. 4 to go. Tyler Wettengel started outside the top 5, has worked his way forward, but now they're side by side for the lead. Zilisch wants it back, and he's got it, and Massimino is through as well. Connor Zilisch, once again, your leader here in Mooresville.
That second pack is beginning to break back up. It looks like the chances of catching back up to leaders have gone to the wayside. Cole Morgan, Nolan Allison, and Alex Stanfield now followed by Emery Lida, all going back and forth. You can see the gap starting to open back up.
And the RPM Tony Kart driver trying to close in while his teammate leads the way with Massimino. Zilisch under the Nitro banner. Again, Ty Wettengel's Trinity Karting Group AA P3, but here goes Zilisch for the lead, turn 8. He's through, and Massimino will slot to 2nd.
Nose to tail of the top 3. You can barely split a piece of paper between the carts. Coming to get the white flag this time by. Look for a dive bomb here. That is going to be Massimino on Zilisch. That is followed by P4 of Wakehill. Sorry, P3. They are still side by side. Top 4 now nose to tail as they make their way down into the bull once more. I have a feeling that was one of many sins that are about to come in. Into the bull they go, still nose to tail. Looks like an outside run there, maybe from Cole Morgan. He is not able to get it done as they make their way towards turns 5 and 6.
Zilisch still right there in 3rd. Cole Morgan is 4th. Annunziata is 5th through turn number 9. About a 2-kart length gap between the pairing as they climb the hill. Final time up. Massimino is safely out in front. He'll collect the heat race victory, and it is Wettengel 2nd, Zilisch in 3rd. That's why you see a lot of young guns here on the front row. Massimino on his 4th senior season. Stanfield here on his rookie season. Rookie season for Connor Zilisch and Cole Morgan, 2nd season as well. Green flag in the air, heat 2 for the KA seniors, and look at them all jump down to the bottom side. They'll all make it safely through turns 1 and 2, up the hill towards turn number 3. Nice little jump off the green as they rocket down the back straightaway. Your leader, Massimino, followed by Zilisch, and Zilisch under fire. Stanfield quickly by there and decisively into turn number 4. He'll take over the 2nd spot as they go towards the chicane and through to turn number 7 for the first time here, Caleb.
Is trying to battle up there to get his nose maybe into the top 3. I think right now those top 3 are just going to try to play it safe. Haven't really been sending it. I say that, but here comes Zilisch up on the inside of Stanfield.
Well, that and Annunziata and Cole Morgan just sent themselves way wide in the bowl here right on screen. Lost a number of positions. Ty Wettengel got through. So now it is Zilisch, Stanfield, Wettengel. Annunziata was trying to force the issue. It looks like actually Wettengel right behind him. Nolan Allison's by now. Nolan Allison took a look on the inside of Wettengel, didn't go for it, but all changing up there as you mentioned there, Caleb. It is a wild, wild west here from 2nd on back. Your race leader, Pauly Massimino, has no idea of it. He's got a nice and clean racetrack in front of him as they pass again for 3rd. This time looks like Zilisch Stanfield shuffled back as Zilisch went through to 2nd. Wettengel into 3rd. There goes one lapper pulled off there just ahead of your leaders as they pass behind him again. That was Nolan Allison by on Morgan and Annunziata maybe by on Allison. They're all shuffling for 4th, 5th, and 6th into turn number 8 here. It is now Annunziata. Morgan is by. Allison drops back down and Morgan dropped a wheel going through. Is Allison going to go back on him? He's going to try it. Morgan drives him to the grass. He'll give it to him as Allison slides on through. Oh no, Morgan's still there. They're still going wheel to wheel up the hill to turn number 3. What a battle here back for 6. Cole Morgan finally wins the argument. Nolan Allison down to 7th. Evenly matched here as much as we've seen. A lap and a half remaining here, Caleb.
I feel like this is going to start heating up right now. We're coming up on the white flag, heading into the inner hairpin once more. That is turn 10. We're looking at Pauly Massimino as he makes his way out of 10. Zilisch now right behind on his back bumper as he try to make a move on the inside. It looks like Massimino had to look behind. He is not, but he is right there. Kissed his back bumper going into the mid-corner of turn 1 and into turn 2. Now into turn 3. Zilisch maybe trying to line up Massimino for a pass into 4. He is looking down on the inside. Is going to decide to wait. He is still on the back bumper. I don't think he's got enough to get it done.
He's close here. It's gonna be a very overzealous dive bomb, and he just did not get out of that chicane well at all. Massimino pulled big time on him. 2 cart lengths now. Massimino took a look back. No pressure at all. Pauly Massimino will come to the line, and he'll collect the Heat 2 victory in KA Senior over Zilisch, Wettengel, Annunziata, and at the line, Alex Stanfield rebounds to finish inside the top 5. All right, so here we go, getting set to go racing here, KA100 Senior. We got Brandon Jarskrak joining us in the booth here. He's not racing in KA, but he is in to the MG Tires X30 Shootout presented by Nitro Motorsports. Brandon, Pauly Massimino, Alex Stanfield, couple drivers who've gone head-to-head with today, and Connor Zilisch, they're in this one, and they're green down to turn 1. It's a clean start up the hill. And guess what, Brandon? No brake check from Pauly that time.
Yeah, no brake check, but he definitely got out to a big gap. Connor is in 2nd. We saw in the 2nd heat race, Connor closed that gap pretty quickly. We'll see if he'll be able to do the same thing.
Yeah, let's take a look here as they go towards turn number 4. This time, it is Pauly Massimino out in front by 2 cart lengths to Connor Zilisch. Thomas Annunziata into 3rd. He's got a nice little cushion back. Tyler Wettengel, I believe, is into 4th indeed. Alex Stanfield's 5th, but under fire. There goes Cole Morgan. What a good pass there from the RPM Tony Kart driver. He's into 5th. Stanfield is back to 6th. Emery Lida is 7th. They are all chaos here coming onto the front stretch. Look at that, 2 and 3 wide behind the leaders. Still shuffling, but the top 7 or 8 are taken away here. And look, again, we've got just a wide shot of the back of the pack here. It is still crazy while the leaders make their way to turn number 4. Okay. Yeah, Connor Zilisch closed up that time. Tyler Wettengel closed up as well. Brandon, do we have to bid you farewell here? You got to get that car ready for the X30 Shootout.
Yeah, it looks like Eric's walking inside to give the tires out, so I'm going to go in there and see.
All right, well, wish you best of luck here, Brandon. He's got a lot of work to do. Good luck here, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, Brandon Jarskrak's going to be joining us here. We'll probably get him for an interview or 2 later on tonight. Meanwhile, up front, it's all broken loose. Massimino, Zilisch, Wettengel. Zilisch on down the inside on Wettengel to take back the 2nd spot. Wettengel holds on to 3rd. Annunziata is back in 4th. And they are all single file lined up back to Alex Stanfield in 6th. What a great start to this final KA Senior heat race here, folks. He is upping $1,500 added to the purse for the X30 Shootout overall winner. His money strictly to the win. That'll make it up to $5,000 potentially up for grabs here. We've got that $500 bonus if you sweep. It's $500 to win the heats. It's $2 grand. Now it is $3,500 to win the X30 shootout later on tonight. Man, the money just keeps going on. These guys are going to be going crazy. That makes it up to $5,000 potentially. Could be walked away by one driver here. Now let's focus. The racing on track has been phenomenal. It's still going on. Cole Morgan just sent Tyler Wettengeld to the weeds. He just got by him there in turn 8. Now they're battling there. Alex Stanfield, Cole Morgan trying to drive him down the racetrack. They're going to make contact. They make contact more. Stanfield's off in the grass.
And it looks like he got just a little bit wide, and the other drivers, well, just went side by side with him. They go 3 wide down into turn 4. This still isn't over with. I believe, is that Wettengeld who is now leading it? Or
no,
contact again.
Alex Stanfield just got hit heavily there. He is getting shuffled all the way down. I don't know if they're going to do anything to Cole Morgan about that. He really drove him down the racetrack and continued to hit him when Stanfield was on the inside coming out of turn number 2 up to turn number 3. But nonetheless, Cole Morgan, P3 right now, or overall after all that dust settled. Unfortunately, he's 2 seconds back from the top 2, Pauly Massimino and Connor Zilisch. All 8 of those drivers automatically in there. Still two more promoters picks to come along with the fan vote.
And I would bring it back to the track there side by side. Massimino goes around Zilisch once more. Zilisch went by ever so slightly, and they are still 1 and 2. Zilisch now trying to get a little bit racy here on Massimino. He is going to be looking now. He has got a slight run heading down into turn 4. I have a feeling he's probably going to wait and back off. Not try to make this overtake just yet, but he closes up to the back bumper, almost gives a little love tap as they make their way into the chicane once more. Into the big old turn left sweeper on the back bumper. Gives a little bit of a push now coming into the hairpin. It is going to be Zilisch out in front, Massimino in second, and they're going to be bunched up, coming across the line to get the white flag.
One more lap to go here, Caleb. Zilisch takes a look over, covers the bottom. Massimino to the outside. Tucks back in as they climb up the hill once again. Can he find a hole in 3? He does not. They go down the back.
Massimino still into the toe, and we are all over this right now. This is the battle for the lead. Oh, hard into the back was Massimino.
He's on top
he climbs on the back bumper. I don't know if Zilisch tried to back him up or if Massimino missed his braking point, but he has now given himself a gap, and here comes Tyler Wettengeld, who is going to try to crack into the second spot.
Wettengeld should not be able to get there. Massimino should be safe, but that contact has given the race win to Connor Zilisch. Zilisch will collect the Heat 3 victory. Massimino second. Wettengeld will be third. Cole Morgan fourth. 17 laps on the books here. Massimino and Zilisch. The field looks nice. They are in the tram lines. You can hear them accelerate. There we go. Green flag coming. We've got it. Green flag down to turn 1. Massimino, Wettengeld should be able to get through. Wettengeld does into second from third. Zilisch slots into fourth. They climb the hill. Everybody makes it to turn number 3. Good and clean start for the pre-final here for the KA seniors, and they will battle down. Oh, look at Zilisch around the outside. That's the move Massimino did last year to win one of the KA mains. Connor Zilisch around the outside gets both of them. Massimino and Wettengeld, and Connor Zilisch will lead your field to turn 8 for the first time.
That move hasn't worked previously this weekend. I think that was one of the first times we've actually seen it work. It was Zilisch going around the outside in the bull, able to go up to the point, and then we have Massimino running at second, followed by Wettengeld in third. Massimino walking up and down pit lanes, got an extra bump in his step because he is $5 grand richer from that shootout we had yesterday with the X30. We're about to see a very intense battle as of right now. It is Zilisch, Massimino, and Tyler Wettengeld coming across the line. 1, 2, 3, 16 more laps to go.
Plenty of time here as there goes Massimino. He wants to lead early. He's led the most laps, I believe, all weekend here in the KA100 senior class. The top 3 on the racetrack, your top 3 finishers, not in the correct order, but from the CNC Performance Engineering KA shootout. All the way back to Gavin Bayliff, fellow Trinity Karting Group teammate, to Tyler Wettengeld on the Kart Republics. P3 right now in P8, and then there goes Zilisch. He'll go back to the lead. Wettengeld will let Massimino fall in line. Not going to force the issue early. Everyone just biding their timing. And we get to the seniors, these guys, they still are able to think a little bit more. And they've been in these situations enough through the years of micro and mini and junior racing. For many of them, they know what it's like to race on the big stage. They know what it's like to race in a pre-final. And, oh, as I say that, they go crazy. Cole Morgan went 3 wide to the bottom as Wettengeld and Jones, the biggest losers especially, they all got put wide in turn number 8. That was wild, Caleb.
That back freight train to go get past by about 5 or 6, just to how closely they are running, and that has allowed a 1-2 car breakaway of Massimino and Zilisch. Zilisch still out in front over Massimino in second. Massimino's been pushing him, coming out of 2, heading into 3, as we're now watching the mid-pack going back and forth, side by side. I believe that may be Bayliff getting a little bit of contact with Wettengeld.
That was Jones there going by as well, trying to get onto Wettengeld. And Aiden Levy up a number of positions again here. That's the driver that's been on the move all week long. The Team Felon Tony Kart trying to close in on Wettengeld. Wettengeld's already got some rubber on that front bumper. I don't know if that was from this session or earlier on in the weekend, but Gavin Bayliff ahead of him. Now going to go to the inside on Morgan. That's for fourth. He's through. Morgan tries to cross him up. Here comes Wettengel looking to challenge. Will not do it into turn number 9. And back in the field, it's still crazy. Look at this battle. They're through turn number 9, just behind your screen. And back up front, again, Wettengel, P6, as just ahead. Nolan Allison's gotten some separation in third. So it is Zilisch and Massimino still pushing away up front. The rest of the pack is battling all the way over. They're still blocking a little bit as the train goes up and down the front straightaway. And now back up the hill. You can see ahead of this group of 3. This is right now you're watching the battle for fourth. Gavin Bayliff, Cole Morgan, P5. P6 again is Tyler Wettengel.
But because someone backed it up, you ran into him, you're now back to 8th. So when these drivers come across the line, it is all going to be provisionally. We will get the final before we go on. Now we are watching Zilisch and Massimino continue to run away from the field.
As they battle for fourth there again, Nolan Allison went up to third. Back now, they caught him in like a lap even. Both Morgan and Bayliff now by. Morgan into that fourth spot, Bayliff into third. Again, all of this shuffling for points overall. So Nolan Allison, who has had a great run through the heats, he's just got to be smart here. Top 5 finish should put him on the first couple rows for the main event. Same for all these guys. But if they make a mistake, big time DNF here, it won't necessarily put him all the way to the back, but it'll put him pretty deep in the field. As Wettengel now going by Allison through turn 8. So let's follow them as they go through. Gavin Bayliff and Cole Morgan, they're just through your screen. That's third and fourth. Aiden Levy is fifth. Jones is sixth. Millardy and then Nolan Allison. 2.5 laps to go here. We'll try to slowly. Whoa, we got one way off. Was that Riley Can? Riley Can way off the racetrack and out over at turn number 4 at the exit. Man, Riley Can. We watched him on the grid. He had a lot of work to do. All the way spun to the outside. Back to the mid-pack group. Levy's under fire. Millardy is trying to get by. Jones has gotten by. 2 to go this time. It's all breaking loose here. The final couple laps of this pre-final, Caleb.
Yep.
We try to find them across the racetrack. They are side by side for the lead. Massimino, great crossover as Zilisch was defending. He's gotten to the top spot. Now he runs it wide. Zilisch gets back to the rear bumper. They're going to go to the white flag this time by. Pauly Massimino up the hill. Connor Zilisch back in second. Out of the final turn here this time down the front stretch. You can see the gap was big back. It is just these top 2. Look at Massimino. He'll take him to the bottom. All the way to the inside. Oh, and he goes wide. Up the hill. Zilisch still trying to get there. He's going to get to the inside at 3. No. Massimino hangs on as they go down the backstretch, but he ran wide. Massimino's off. Zilisch to the lead with a big-time gap. Big-time bobble for Pauly Massimino. He tried to chop the nose there in 3. The momentum sent him wide. He dropped a tire in the grass, and Connor Zilisch has a nice and healthy gap now working the final lap in KA Senior.
This is exactly why the leaders did what they did. They worked together, they got a gap, so in case anything like that happened, they'd have a little bit of a buffer. But now, Massimino's got a couple of corners left. I have a feeling he's going to hold on to the second spot. But coming on strong now is going to be Bayliff and Morgan running in third and fourth as we have a lapper going off the track. Now, all eyes are on Massimino in second. Can he hold on? I think he can, as we now have Connor Zilisch coming across the line to win the pre-final for KA Senior. Massimino comes across in second.
Pauly Massimino there, P2. He, again, as you mentioned, with that big gap, even the drop in the wheel going off the racetrack, was able to hold on to P2. Cole Morgan, P3. Gavin Bayliff, P4. Hayden Jones rounded the top 5. As we work our way down the front straightaway here, Connor Zilisch, Pauly Massimino, your front row. We're joined now in the booth here by Carson Morgan, your race winner in KA100 Junior. Man, Carson, that was a wild one. It's a wild one getting started in KA Senior. Talk to me through it here. What's the track like right now?
Well, at the beginning of the race, you know, the track was really wet, and you were kind of running the wet line everywhere. And halfway through, it started to get dry, and I was like, oh, no, here we go. Because we were way too low on gear. You know, all the low-speed stuff, he was just destroying us. We were just getting caught so much. But the track's pretty much dry now. Like, those last couple laps, it was full dry line.
All right, well, let's go and take a look here and see what we've got for the KA100 seniors as they make their way around. Caleb Smock, call it as we'll come to complete lap number 1.
Yeah, they're making their way out of turn 9. I believe that is going to be Connor Zilisch out on point right now, followed by Massimino running in second as they come around to complete another lap. Again, we're back to full distance racing. Coming out of the last corner, still Zilisch leading the way. He has got a very good buffer over Massimino running in second. Allison now is up into third. You can see a live shot now as they make their way down into turn number 1. Zilisch has a huge lead over Massimino in second. They got a very good buffer between themselves, and Allison and Jones running in third and fourth, heading down to turn number 4.
Talk to me. Have you seen any racetrack dry this quickly here? I mean, when we get a rain shower like we did, your pit, I'm sure, was probably flooded as well.
Yeah, you know, we were out there. I thought it was just going to be full rain all day for the rest of the day, but it's dry. One session, really, you know, I've never seen this before. This track and this weather is just so crazy.
It is absolutely wild here. Pauly Massimino and Connor Zilisch, they're back to normal lap times right now. Got a little grip dial in the go-karts. It's probably going to be still a pretty green racetrack, washing a good bit of the rubber and the marbles off to the sides. Laps complete at the line. 13 laps to go. Brandon Lemke, Gavin Bayliff are on the way. Both drivers are now going to get a little bit of drafting help off the rear bumper of Connor Zilisch. How long is Zilisch willing to wait behind the rear bumper of Pauly Massimino is the big question. As again, we see them go down the back straightaway here, hooked up nose to tail, trying to close in here, or at least pull away from the drivers closing in on them, with Brandon Lemke closing up. Gavin Bayliff, fastest on the racetrack last time at a 50.419. He was 3/10 of the better of the race leaders.
2 kart lengths is the distance between Zilisch and Lemke. Now they come out of turn 4. They are now bunched up nose to tail top 4. It looks like Lemke and Bayliff may be the dynamic duo because they have cut their way through the field. Now up into the top 4, battling it out as they make their way down into turn number 8 of the hairpin. Zilisch now back onto point. Massimino goes into second. I think you saw the train coming from behind. He wants to put a little bit of a buffer between himself and Lemke, followed by Bayliff. But now they're still nose to tail. Hopefully, let's see a great 4-kart battle as we now have Massimino going inside of Zilisch. And here comes Lemke now on the inside of Zilisch, being followed by Bayliff, trying to run a freight train into turn number 1. They're going to clear him. Zilisch now falls back into 4th, but he's not done yet. He looked on the inside of Bayliff. Now we got Lemke up into 2nd, Bayliff to 3rd, Massimino leading, and it is going to be Zilisch in 4th.
What a great view here. Look at Connor Zilisch trying to rip the top side as they all started to block onto the bottom. Zilisch nearly gets around Gavin Bayliff, had to back out of it. Now he's going to have to clean the tires off, going off the groove there. Going to be a little bit slicker, a little more wet, I believe, as they go to turn number 8. Here comes Lemke. Does he go? Late move on the brakes. New leader, Brandon Lemke from Wisconsin, goes to the top spot. Massimino to 2nd. Gavin Bayliff there from Cincinnati, Ohio, starting to close in. He is, again, just as quick as Lemke. They both were reeling in. Look at the sun shining here at GoPro Motorplex. 10 laps to go, 11 laps complete. What a race we've got forming in KA Senior. Look at Massimino. He'll throw a block into 1.
I believe that may have been Bayliff pushing the back bumper. Massimino, he has got a very good car along with Lemke. And down on the inside, Connor Zilisch sends it. He is still not quite clear, but here comes Annunziata. He is on the back bumper. Looks like Bayliff is going to get back around Zilisch along with the rest of the field. That is Annunziata, Stanfield, and Morgan now side by side with Zilisch coming through the short chute up into the last couple of corners. It is now going to be a 5 or 6 kart field.
Thomas Annunziata saw Bayliff go through. Bayliff overshot it. That was Bayliff getting shuffled all the way to the back. Zilisch is still into 4th, and Annunziata now is by himself in 3rd. 2-driver breakaway, Pauly Massimino and Brandon Lemke. Connor Zilisch, he looks like he's struggling right now. I would say that number 3, 972 entry, not the best handling car he's had all weekend, and so he is getting shuffled a little further and further back. Unfortunate for Gavin Bayliff. I think he's got the pace to run up front. At the moment, though, that little bobble, that's going to put him back down in the midfield once again. He's behind Alex Stanfield. And now going to go to the inside on Stanfield. Back behind your leader's shot. Your leader's still with a big gap through turn number 9. You can see that is going to be probably about a 1.25 seconds, maybe a 1.5 seconds margin over the rest of the pack. There's at the line there, down to turn number 1. Nice and good run there for both drivers. Behind them, Thomas Annunziata has been reeled back in by Connor Zilisch. Zilisch last time hit his best lap of the race, was a 1/10 second quicker than the leaders. Signaled from behind, he wants some help. He wants 3rd. He's got 3rd. Didn't have help to help him get there, though. Gavin Bayliff still in 5th, and Connor Zilisch with 5.5 laps. Can he get back to the front of the field? He is 1.3, maybe 1.4 seconds back from Lemke and Massimino. He needs them to fight a lot to close back in for a shot at the win, but he's in the best position right now. He can will himself up there if he's got the pace.
Not pass each other. They might be able to work to the front. I say that, though, but Bayliff goes around the inside of Annunziata. He is now on the back bumper of Zilisch trying to catch back up. These three are going to be battling it out. That's going to allow Lemke and Massimino to continue to pull away from the field. Brandon Lemke had a fantastic start, cut his way up through the field, now up onto point. Massimino in the tow. I think Massimino may be willing that cart for all it's worth, trying to work the draft to his advantage. Sends it down on the inside of Lemke. New leader in the books. Massimino now on point. Lemke in second. This is exactly what Zilisch and Bayliff needs, is these two to battle it out for the lead as we're coming up on about 3.5 laps to go. It's going to be 2 to go next time by.
Double sticks in the air, 2 to go. When does Lemke make his move? Massimino nearly took a double take down the front stretch to make sure Lemke was still there. He's like, all right, is he going now? He's not, but he's going to have the opportunity to go whenever he wants to at the moment, because he is all over the rear bumper down to turn number 4.
I think Lemke's best place to try to make a move is coming into the hairpin or coming out of turn number 9. Seems to be where he's got the best momentum over Massimino running out in front. We're still watching Zilisch and Bayliff behind. Those two continuing to running nose to tail, but it looks like it's all going to be all eyes on Massimino and Lemke. Lemke continues to work the back bumper of Massimino as they come into turn number 9. Not close enough to make a move, but look on the exit heading towards the short chute. He had a quick look to the inside, falls back about half a car, and you can see him up on the wheel, scooting the seat, trying to get his momentum forward, sends it down on the inside of Massimino, comes a little bit wide. We got a new leader, and it's Lemke coming up on the white flag. Massimino goes to the inside. Lemke
He'll
tries
go
to
even
bend side by
lower.
side.
What a move by Pauly Massimino, back to the lead up the hill. Here comes the rest of the pack. Zilisch is there. Here comes Gavin, Bayliff. Massimino trying to cover off the inside. Does he get down to the bottom? He's got it. Look at Connor Zilisch. All the
Where
way around
did
the
he
outside.
come
From third to first. Massimino's got a problem. He is way back, all the way to fourth now. Connor Zilisch was nowhere near this fight. He is 2 kart lengths up on Lemke into the hairpin here. Final time. Here comes Gavin Bayliff for second. He'll take that away. Lemke, crossover. He's got him back. They are all struggling for grip. Annunziata's going to get third. Still going. Oh, they get together. Annunziata's on top of Massimino. Oh, my goodness. Let's go back to the lead, though. Connor Zilisch, what a drive out of nowhere. He will score the win in KA Senior.
How about that for Connor Zilisch?